Well, it looks like shooting outdoors is a bust. We're gonna get 6 to 8 inches today, and I'm definitely not gonna be out here. So we're gonna take this indoors. I was hoping to do this outdoors after so many episodes inside. Oh well. What's up, guys? This is Aaron from Gear Up, and welcome to today's episode. And I'm really glad to see you. This time, we're gonna talk about the Yale Assured Smart Lock Connected by August. A really mouthful of a name for a product you probably did not know existed. But it's here and exists, and I've had this for 6 months, and I'm gonna share with you why this should be one of your top considerations for a smart home lock. Let's cut to it. So guys, as I was researching for this video, I found an interesting statistic floating out there. In 2019, the most bought smart product out there by people wasn't a smart lock. You would think that people would want to buy something that's front interfacing that protects your occupants of your home from intruders. But no, the most bought smart product out there in 2019 was the thermostat. More people bought Nests than anything else. And I'm here to tell you why you should consider getting a smart lock first if you're trying to upgrade your home, your lock, or just your whole system, or if you bought a new house. A smart lock should be number one, both front and back doors. So let's talk about the stats real quick about the Yale Assure, and it's gonna be awesome. So before we go on, I'd like to ask you to click subscribe down below to help support this channel, because every single subscribers help me grow this channel and get you more products to review. So thank you for your help in advance. On with the show. So about 6 months ago, my wife and I bought this Yale Assure with August for around $210 on Amazon. And by the way, I've linked it down below in the description box in case you want to buy it or want to read more about it. Just go for it. But it had a few features that we really liked and really sold us on it. Among other things, it's a bloody Yale product. It's a solidly built lock. There's very few knobbly bits, or there's no loose bits. It has a few nice finishes and colors that will match your door and the facade of your house. And one of the main features that we bought it and sold us completely was there's 3 modes of entry for this Assure. You can open the door with your PIN number, phone, or your key. Awesome. It also comes with a Wi-Fi module or bridge that you plug into your outlet, 120 or 240, and that way you save battery, as opposed to some manufacturers who have their Wi-Fi modules in the door lock itself running off battery, so it drains it down to 6 months life. In this case, in this Assure, it runs about 1 year before it tells you on your app. The other cool thing is it has geofencing. It has voice assistant control, so you can talk to Siri or Google and ask them to unlock the door. It also comes with a door sense module, and I'll talk about that a little bit more, but basically it's a little sensor that tells you whether the door is ajar or not. It's pretty cool. And if you come from August products, it uses the August app. You also uses August accessories. You can pair it with, say, like the August chime doorbell, which is pretty sweet. So those are all some of the little features that we really like about it. And there's a snowplow that just went by. It's snowing a lot today. There's about 6 to 8 inches. Wow. Anyways, let's talk about the good stuff before we go on to the negatives. That was my favorite part. But let's start with the positive first. Let's do it. One of my top favorite features of the Assure is the multiple means of entry. Now imagine this scenario where you come from a family, like you're a child of Steve Jobs or Bill Gates, and you're under 14 and you don't have a cell phone, because you're not allowed to have a cell phone in that family, or mine. So for example, my son, he's ADHD and he doesn't have a cell phone. So how does he get in the house? If you give him keys, he might forget them at school or lose them along the way. At least he has a PIN number. If you have Airbnb guests, you can let them in with a PIN number or a physical key. If your battery runs out on your door while you're away on vacation, you have a physical key to open it too. So there are multiple ways of getting in the house, which is really awesome, and I like that flexibility. Another thing I love is the touchpad. It is sensitive, it is backlit, and doesn't leave behind fingerprints, so the bad guys can't figure out where you've touched and what your PIN number is, unless maybe they CSI it. Another feature that I really like is the door sense sensor that works really well, especially with the auto lock function in your app. Basically, it tells you when the door is ajar, when it's trying to lock the door, and it will alert you, and it will say, for the 10th time again, Aaron, your skinny monkey arms have forgotten to close the door tight. Do it properly, darn. Close it tightly, or work out a little bit more. Another couple of things that I really like is the quiet motor, as well as the long battery life. We had tested a Schlag or Schlig encode before this, and I remember that the motor is a whole lot louder than this. And so it's really nice to have a motor that's really quiet. And the battery life is amazing, as I mentioned before, because the Wi-Fi module itself is external and it doesn't run off the battery in the lock itself. And all it does is it focuses on connecting with the bridge and the Bluetooth with your phone. It can last a whole year. And the fact is, I've used this for 6 months plus now, and the battery strength still reading strong at maximum. So it is really good, and that's what I like about it. So one of the reasons why I returned the Schlag and glossed over some of the other smart locks was there's nothing that beats the convenience of you driving up to your driveway and the door is already unlocked for you. Once you experience geofencing, there's just no going back. It is one of the features that should be standard on all smart locks, and it's really awesome. Imagine the scenario when you're coming back home with full of groceries in your arms or a baby in your arm, and you walk up to your door and it's already unlocked. It's basically like saying, the house is saying, "Welcome home, master, I'm ready for you," rather than you being outdoor in the cold and the wet and going and struggling with that. There's just nothing smarter than that when the door opens for itself. I love it. Can't go back. So let's talk about the negatives some. There aren't that many and they're all pretty minor, but I thought they're worth mentioning anyway. First of all is the support page. You use the August app, but within the August app, if you're trying to get help for the Assure about how to install, say, the door sense or calibrate the lock, for example, when you click support, you're taken directly, ironically, to the August product page where all the volume knob products are and nothing else. So it seems like Yale Assure has been forgotten, and that's sad. So August, do something about it. Stop being so snobbish and, forgetting your customer base. Fix it. So guys, the next couple of issues aren't really a knock on the product itself and really has to do with how your house, or more particularly your door, how it's shaped. For example, I have an issue with my keypad on the Assure because the angle, I think it's around 10 or 15% angle, and how low my doorknob is when it's installed, I really have to crane my wrist, and I still have an issue with it. It's really hard on my wrist and it's ergonomically not sound. When I have the Schlig encode installed and the angle, it's more like probably 25-30%. And it's really easy to look at and really easy to reach. So your mileage may vary depending on the shape of your door. And then we have the door sense sensor, and in this case the placement location is so important. It really depends on the shape of your door frame and as well as the angle of your adjacent walls. As you can see from my clip here, the adjacent wall next to my door is so sharp. I had a hard time. I gave up installing it at the end of the day because the instructions require you to install the sensor opposite the door plate. Pretend this is the door. My wall is at such a sharp angle is I have to either install it this way or that way. So I gave up. It's not gonna work. But you probably have better success than I do. So I just thought I'll mention that in case you have really sharp angle walls. Like if you live in a hexagonal house or something like that. Now, one thing you should be aware of if you buy the Yale Assure with August is it is a self-contained system that runs off Bluetooth and Wi-Fi and only works with the August ecosystem. So it doesn't connect with like Zigbee or Z-Wave or any of those hubs. But it is not the dead end. So I'm not sure if this is a positive or should be in a negative. But anyways, let's talk about it. You can swap it out. Look at this clip here. You can swap out this top module, which is the August module, and swap it out with, say, a Z-Wave protocol module. Now, I would consider this a negative because while you can swap it out at any time and upgrade, is $100 I think a pop. So it's gonna blow your budget. So my point is, it is not a dead end. I guess it's a negative from a cost aspect, but also if you want to shift between different protocols, you can swap it out. It's modular, so that's pretty cool. You can't say that about other smart locks, right? So it should be in the positive. Yeah, let's move it up. Well, there you have it, guys. That was my review on the Yale Assure lock connected by August. And I kid you not, that's a real name. That's just way too long to be honest, but it is what it is. I recommend this. This should be at the top of your shopping list if you're looking for a smart lock. And in terms of shopping for a smart home, if you're building a smart home, remember to focus on the lock first. That is the interface between you and the outside world. And you should keep your family and your home safe first rather than focus on the temperature of your home. Now, if you like this video and enjoy the stuff on this channel, you can try to support it by visiting our Patreon page and also clicking the subscribe button down below and the bell notification to get notified when new videos come in. Your support really helps me get you more videos to watch, and it really shows some love, and I appreciate it and thank you in advance. Now, remember to thumbs up if you like this video, also thumbs up, and comment down below if you have any questions or comments. And thumbs down. Thumbs down. If you just bought a Nest for your house, you've replaced your old thermostat and you bought a Nest, and basically everyone now is fighting over the temperature, where it used to be just you and your wife fighting over the temperature. Now it's your kids and everybody that visits your house. Basically everyone can do it over the comfort of their phone. And it used to be everyone had to get up and fight over the temperature, and now they can just sit on the couch on the bed and fight over it. It's called lazy temperature fighting. That's sad. You just wasted $160 for nothing. Tell you what. Anyways, I hope you have a great day, guys. Thank you for being here, and I thank you for watching. Remember to do something nice for somebody. There's always somebody in need, and get to know someone in your neighborhood who really needs your help, and do something nice and kind for them this week. And you have a great week, and I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you again. Peace.